Hey folks, John here. Welcome to This World, My Take, where the headlines meet real talk. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing pretty good. And it's always an honor to have you stop by and check out what we have to say. Think about being part of the channel. Hit that subscribe button. So ladies and gentlemen, it seems as if the new administration thinks that we are all morons. Yes, you remember, like I do, a couple of months ago, when AG Pam Bundy really quietly stated after being asked the question, and she replied, "Oh, the Epstein files are on my table and I'm going to review them."
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that.
Fast forward, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of months later, they tell the American people that, well, after a whole lot of investigation, there are no Epstein client list. Now, you know, like I know, that it's not been up to 2 months where there was this fight between two egomaniacs, two narcissist billionaires online. And one of them said the only reason that the Epstein files is not being published to the public is because, yes, you know it. I'm not going to mention that, but you all know the game. And magically, a couple of months later, they tell us that, oh, there are no client list. Quick question, ladies and gentlemen. I want to ask if the DOJ and the FBI can come up to the conclusion that there's actually no client list for disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein's. Why is his right-hand lady still in jail? Isn't she supposed to be released? But no, we all know that there's some monkey business going on in the background. Now, if you are a leader of a nation, let's say you are the leader of a country, you come into power, you know that your past is not actually straight. You put in people in positions that people, when you say jump, they say how high. And then you realize that there is a list where your name comes up on it. And it's not just any type of list. It's a list of people that are known to be playing around with, underage girls, flying around in billionaire jets, going to islands, and just living that nasty lifestyle. And if you are in that position, would you let that list be made public? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this, man. Mr. Elon Musk could be a whole lot of things. But one thing I do know for all these years of actually studying this man, Mr. Elon Musk is not a liar. Now, some of you might think otherwise, but when this man mentioned after he had the split off with the president that, oh, the only reason why that list is not being made published is because the president was on the list. A whole lot of us already knew exactly what was going down. But the thing is this, we didn't think that they would spin it the way they have done right now. So the DOJ came out, the Department of Justice came out and clearly stated with straight faces like, hey, there are no clientele list for Mr. Jeffrey Epstein's. Now, you know that Mr. Jeffrey Epstein, there's a whole lot of talks that have gone down after this man was unalived in jail. Yes, he was unalived. Forget what they keep trying to tell us, that this man killed himself, like the director of the FBI who said with this bold, straight face. Of course, we know that he was lying. And said that this man, that after a whole lot of investigations, they have come to the conclusion that this man unalived himself. But we know that this man was a whole lot of things, but he would never, ever unalive himself. Now, let me say this. I think America has lost its way. I think that our people need to get back to the track And when I mean get back to the track, America needs to get back to the track where accountability was at the top front of everything that went down in this beautiful country. But that the way as which this country is going, with all the lackeys and all the, ass kisses that this man has put in positions to do his biddings, unfortunately, I got to tell you people, man, America is going to be like an African country ruled by a dictator who just does whatever he wants to do. Now, they say power corrupts if you don't handle it pretty well. Now, I will end this vlog, man. I want to keep it simple and short because I want it to be a thought-provocative. Like, I want you to think about this. And I want you to leave a comment. Do you think that truly Mr. Jeffrey Epstein's committed suicide? And do you think that truly these people, what they are saying to us with straight bold faces, that they are not client list after this man was known for doing what he did? Please leave a comment. The world is a complicated place. So man, let's talk about it. See you on the next one.